Hello everyone. This is N. Kavita working as Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology. The subject which we are going to see today is Applied VLSI Design, and the specific topic is Introduction to VHDL. These are the content which we are going to focus in today's presentation. We are going to see what is HDL, what is the prologue behind this HDL, what is the word VHDL, what are all the design flows and terms available in VHDL, specialities of VHDL, and we are about to see a basic VHDL programming and what are all the modeling styles available for making this VHDL programming, a sample example code of VHDL followed by the references. So guess, what is HDL? So we might have heard these word in many times like hardware description language. So what is the prologue behind this? So in earlier days, the digital circuits was being designed manually for various techniques like Boolean expressions, circuit schematics, Karnaugh map, and so on. Most of these schematics we preferred a software like PSpice, HSpice, etc. But what is the most essential part for an IC designers? The most essential part is we require a EDA tool, which is nothing but electronic design automation tool, which is used by IC designers to make the device more simple and possible. So what is the one such EDA tool is HDL, which is hardware description language. This language actually it resembles a general programming language like C program, but it is actually oriented to describe a hardware structure and its behavior. The most common use of HDL is it provides an alternate schematic for a digital circuits. You might have heard a word called VHDL, and you guess what is this VHDL? Is it a very hard, difficult language? No, definitely not. So the main acronym of VHDL is Very High Speed Integrated Circuit Hardware Description Language. So here we focus with two different concepts called HDL and VHDL, which is describing my hardware language. So this language is actually developed to describe a complex digital circuits. It is like a kind of a C language which will support various range of description styles. There are various description styles like data flow description, structural description, and behavioral description. Along with this VHDL, we have got three basic terms which are nothing but a synthesis, simulation, and test bench. So whenever we make any program using this VHDL part, we focus with how to synthesize it, how to simulate it, and what is the set of test bench which is available for making a program. So we have got a specific design flow. The first case of this design flow is nothing but where I make a VHDL entry where a RTL level is playing a major role. What is called as RTL? So RTL is nothing but my register transfer level. I can call them as a basic requirement to transfer my basic level of input signals. And once the input is being entered, a compilation has to be done. Once the compilation is done, it is provided to the netlist, which is called gate level. Once the netlist is being synthesized, I have to make optimization. What is called optimization is I am making or I am reducing the number of inputs which is required for designing a specific digital system, followed by simulation, and finally I'll be placing it inside a physical device. So these are the design flow of a VHDL which is required for making a digital program. So certain terms are available for VHDL. Specifically, the three basic terms which is involved in VHDL are synthesis, simulation, and test bench. What we do in the part synthesis? So the most important part of the word synthesize is it converts code to a circuit. Whatever may be your digital circuit, it may be your half adder, it may be a full adder, and whatever may be a digital circuit, a synthesis is done where I'm converting the code to a circuit. The second part is nothing but simulation. What I do here is I'll be giving a specific set of inputs and verify the functionality of a circuit. Say for example, if I go for a half adder, what all the inputs available for half adder is a 2-bit binary inputs A and B. I'll be providing this specific input and I'll be verifying what is the functionality of a circuit. The third major part is test bench. What we do here is it is help to generate the input signals for simulation. The next part is what are the specialities of this VHDL. So we allow this VHDLs in various levels of abstractions like behavior, Boolean equations and gates. So it actually allows for various design methodologies and it is very flexible to program in a hard way, and it is obviously an independent technology or a process. It provides technological independence for the circuits. So for undergoing this basic programming in VHDL, we are supposed to identify the three basic parts. One is the library declaration, other is entity, and third is architecture. So altogether, making a declaration of a library, declaring my entity, and architecture will provide the basic VHDL code. Every VHDL code is composed of three fundamental sections. The first section is being a library declaration, second is being entity, and third is architecture. So the main purpose of the word library declaration is it contains specific set of libraries which is required for designing. Second part is entity. It specifies the input output pins of the circuit. And third is architecture. What we do here is it contains the specific VHDL code which will describe the circuit's behavior or a function. So what is the VHDL modeling styles? So we are supposed to have three different modeling styles. One is called structural modeling, and second is called behavioral modeling, and third is called data flow modeling. So these three are the fundamental modeling styles which are involved in VHDL. So the very first modeling style is data flow style of modeling. What we do here is in this specific modeling style, we describe the data flow through a system, and this is a gate level implementation. And second style of modeling is behavioral style of modeling. It describes the system's behavior or the function of a specific digital circuit in an algorithmic fashion. Say for example, the truth table of any digital circuits can easily identify the behavior of the modeling. The third style of modeling is called structural style of modeling. The basic part here is whenever your digital system is getting complex, I can use this interconnection complex design entities where I focus on the specific structure of a digital circuit. So all these three are the different modeling styles of VHDL. So here comes an example of a VHDL code. I have just taken a half adder. You might have known what is this half adder. A half adder is used to add two bits of information. I specifically mentioned these bits as A and B, and these two are considered as inputs of this specific design. And what all the outputs is, I have got two outputs, one is carry and other is sum. So the inputs are A and B and the outputs are sum and carry. So for designing a half adder circuit, I require a carry, I require a sum. So the carry is obtained by making a AND operation and sum is obtained by making a XOR operation. So these are all the basic structure of a half adder circuit. With this base, let us move for an example how to make a VHDL code. So as I told you already, the very first part is I have to declare what is my library. So it is library IEEE. I'm using it for standard underscore logic 1164.all. So the first part I have just declared the syntax of the IEEE library part. And second comes the word called entity. So the word entity is the most important part where I can able to declare what are all my inputs and outputs. So the word entity is being declared here. I used a word called port, and as I told you already, the inputs are A and B, A comma B or the input bits. The outputs are nothing but carry and sum and carry or the output bits. I have just named this entity as half adder. So I have end this entity half adder. So this is the second part. In the second part, I have just declared the ports. The port describes what are all the inputs and what are all the outputs. Once these are declared, the entity is being ended. Here comes the other word called architecture. As I told you already, the word architecture will describe the specific VHDL code of a digital circuit. So here I have named this architecture as data, as the entity name is named as half adder. The architecture data is named as half adder. I use a word called begin to make this program enable, and the outputs are sum and carry. As indicated already, the sum is obtained by making a XOR operation of A and B inputs. So sum is assigned as a value of A XOR B, and I obtain a carry by performing an AND operation. So carry is obtained by making A and B operation. And finally, the architecture name is being declared as data. So I have ended up my word and data. When you look up all this VHDL code, you could identify a semicolon at end of each program to indicate that the every syntax is proceeding for the next lines. So I hope the VHDL is very clear to you. We have got three different sections here. One is called the library section, where I enable what are all my input libraries. And second part is nothing but I have just taken up the port, and third part is nothing but I have taken what is my architecture part. So the library part is declared as a very first part, and the second part I have declared the port or entity. So under entity I have declared what are all my inputs, what are all my outputs, and the third part is nothing but the architectural part. In the architectural part I have just given the basic VHDL code. Here the outputs are sum and carry. So A XOR B is done for obtaining a sum. A and B is done for obtaining a carry, and this is a basic example of a data flow style of modeling. So next comes behavioral style of modeling. So here in behavioral style of modeling, I am supposed to declare how my half adder circuit is supposed to behave. So here I have declared what is my library. I have taken my entity. I have declared my ports, what are all the inputs, what are all the outputs. I have entered the half adder. Followed by this, here comes the architecture. As I told you already, we have got a specific behavioral style of half adder. I have begun my architecture. I'm going to process my inputs A, B. I have begun the process, and as you know already, when A and B are equal to 0 and 0, sum becomes 0, carry becomes 0. So here comes the condition if A and B are assigned as 0, 0, then sum becomes 0 and carry becomes 0. Else, what is the next condition? My A and B are 0, 0, sum becomes 0, carry becomes 0. Else, the other condition, when A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1, obviously the sum becomes 1 and carry becomes 0. So here comes the next second condition. Else if A and B are 0 and 1, I know that sum becomes 1, carry becomes 0. Else, sum becomes 0, carry becomes 1. Since I have initiated my if condition, I have end my if condition, and the architecture is being processed. So I am ending my process, and finally a behavioral model is created. So I am ending my behavioral. So these are all the basic identifications of this VHDL code. So here comes the references of the VHDL design. I have referred to specific fundamentals of digital logic with VHDL design flow, followed by Xilinx.com for obtaining and executing my program, and a VHDL tutorial. Hope the concepts are clear to you. Thank you for your patience.